Jenna.
Hi.
Thank you for being here today. I'm Steph. I'm your dental hygienist.
Hi.
So thank you for providing me with your 3-day food diary. That's very helpful for me. A couple things to go over with you, things you're doing well, things that you could improve on a little bit. But before I share that, is there anything in particular related to your health that you have concerns with or would like to talk about today?
Not really. I'm just hoping to try to be as healthy as I can be, really.
Okay, good. Well, what I'll say is you're doing really well based on, like I said, what you've shared. I will make a couple of recommendations just as we talk through some of these things. So, first of all, as far as your intake of calories that you're getting each day, your average was about 2,100. And from what I calculated based on your size and your level of activity, you should be consuming closer to 1,700 or 1,800. So you're on a little bit of a high end for your intake. However, when I calculated your BMI, it's 19.1, which is healthy. However, the healthy range is 19 to 25. So like I said, you're in the healthy range on the low end, but the fact that you're taking in a bit more calories than your BEE feels okay to me, just because if you were to gain a little bit of weight, that's no problem at all. You'll still be very healthy.
Okay.
So when we look at the different categories of the nutrients that you're getting, there are a couple of areas that I would just encourage you to add a few things into your diet. Okay. Your protein intake is great. It's within the healthy range, so I'm not concerned there. The first thing that stood out to me is your vitamin A intake. It's slightly low. Again, this isn't very concerning, and it could just be a fluke based on the 3 days that you provided to me. However, there are some items that you could add into your diet to help that. Do you like fruit? Do you eat fruit much during your days?
I feel like I do, probably not as much as I should, but I definitely do like fruit.
Okay. Yeah, because I noticed fruit was one of the food groups you were a little bit lower on. So if we could up your fruit intake, that could also help your vitamin A. So for example, cantaloupe and grapefruit both have vitamin A that would help that intake. Do either of those appeal to you?
Yeah, I love cantaloupes.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so when that's in season, if you could add that into your breakfast or as a snack, that's a great option for your fruit and your vitamin A. Your vitamin C intake is really great. You're within 20% of the range you're supposed to be in, so that's good. Calcium, that one was quite a bit too low. With too low of calcium in your diet, that can create some bone issues leading throughout the rest of your life if you're not able to add that into your diet. So one really easy way to get more calcium is skim milk. So whether that be a glass of skim milk in the morning with breakfast or adding it into your cereal, that might be a recommendation I would make. Is that something that you could consider?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, that's great. And then the third item that was a bit on the high end actually was your iron intake. So I noticed that when you were having chicken for dinner, you were eating about 8 ounces. So if you maybe scaled back on that, that might help there. And that will take care of that.
Okay.
Let's see. I will also share this with you. So I put together this My Plate plan for you that will show you just the right amount of servings you're supposed to be getting of your grains, your veggies, your protein, dairy, fruit, and you're able to track that just to ensure that you're getting the proper amount. So maybe if you take a couple days and track that, just so you make sure that you are getting what you need, that might be helpful to just kind of get in the habit of getting the right amount of foods. Your amount of exercise looks really good. Staying active is important, and it's matching well with what you're eating, so I wouldn't suggest any changes there necessarily.
Okay.
And then finally, one of the last things I'll talk to you about is your risk for caries or cavities. So a few items on your diet diary that stood out to me were the soda you're drinking, chips, granola, the chocolate cake. Those are some sugary items that, if eaten in too much excess, can cause dental problems. However, you are eating it at a level that feels very safe, and here and there, that's no problem at all. So I would say that your risk for any sort of dental caries is pretty low.
Okay.
So do you have any questions for me?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. So overall, like I said, you're doing really great. We just maybe want to take a look at your calcium intake, your vitamin A, and your iron.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, I would say you're doing really well. As long as you can up your fruit and dairy, you're in good shape.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Good, 5 minutes.
Yeah.